It is now March, and March Madness is upon us. I gotta tell you, my family and I, we were in Greensboro, North Carolina about 10 years ago, and I was wearing this Duke cap. And where we were, this brother came up to me and said, "Man, you probably want to take that cap off around here." I had no idea that certain segments of the state hated Duke like that. Because I've always been a Duke fan. My wife, boy, Duke is her favorite team. And, we've watched Duke, Coach K for, I don't know, last 30 whatever years. Duke has always been one of our go-to top teams. And we were in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I was wearing this same cap, right? What you see right now. And when he told me that, considering where we were at, I took my cap off and put on another cap, but it was definitely not Duke. But we just so happened we went to the Duke campus. And of course, we went to University of North Carolina's campus as well. Because we always had this thing, when we have our kids with us, every state we stop in, we always stop at every major school. That's just something we did. I don't know how many colleges we've attended across the country. But being there in North Carolina, I must say, Duke is like no other university. Now, they have their sports complex, where they have the Coliseum for basketball, the football stadium, and all of that. But the rest of the college is spread out. It's not like your traditional colleges. That college campus is like no other. And it's not a traditional college type setting. It's totally unique. And it's hard for me to explain. So if you get a chance to go to Durham, I highly encourage you. Check it out for yourself. Just as a tourist. And you will see, wow, this is different from traditional colleges. Out of all the colleges that we've gone to, it's the only one that stands out the way it does. It's different. But anyhow, it's now basketball season, March Madness, and is your team going to make it in? But I got an article from you from The Athletic. The case for Duke's Jon Scheyer as college basketball's National Coach of the Year. In Durham, North Carolina, on Saturday afternoon, Jon Scheyer played his walk-ons, which normally, big whoop. It's customary for college basketball coaches, when their teams get up big, to give guys on the end of the bench a little burn. But on Saturday, Scheyer inserted his deepest reserves with over 2 minutes left, up 27 against the number 11 team in the country, Virginia, supposedly the Blue Devils' biggest challenger in this season's much-improved ACC. Not even a top 15 team, one which entered the weekend 25-3 and winners of 9 straight, could hold a candle to what looks more and more like the scariest team in the college basketball. That's not anomaly. Neither could the nation's then number 1 team, Michigan, a week ago, nor could any of the other 8 ranked teams that number 1 Duke has mowed down this season. And mowed down is indeed the right terminology, including Saturday's 77-51 detonation of the Hoos. Duke has won its last 11 ACC games by double digits and its last 3 by a combined 107 points, the most lopsided 3-game margin in conference history. Zoom out a little, and Duke's 5 ranked wins by double digits this season over Kansas, Louisville twice, Clemson, and now Virginia are the most by any program in the nation since 2001 and 02. This Scheyer guy might be able to coach a little, huh? Especially after losing all 5 starters, including National Player of the Year Cooper Flagg, to the NBA. Ideally, we're not losing 5 guys to the NBA every year, Scheyer joked. But hopefully we are at the same time. And while Scheyer's players like sophomore Darian Harris and obviously bias on his behalf, they do kind of have a point. He's the best coach in the country, honestly. The drumbeat of that argument is only going to get louder from this point forward, and not wrongly so. For all the talk before and during this season about how this Duke team pales in comparison to last year's, which swept the ACC regular season and tournament titles en route to the Final Four. The side-by-side comparison is looking increasingly familiar. Consider last season's squad outscored opponents by a staggering 39.29 points per 100 possessions, the second best net rating ever in Kim Pong's 29-season history of analytics tracking, behind only 1998-99 Duke. But after Saturday, the current Blue Devils have officially surpassed that flagged team with a 39.56 net rating. That's marginal, but almost monumental. No, this particular squad does not deploy 5 players who have been selected in this summer's draft, nor is it even guaranteed to have multiple lottery picks. But it has now won its 15-league game by an average of 19.5 points. That's just as overwhelming as last year, when the Blue Devils' averaged ACC margin was 23.2 points per victory, but against a much more formidable conference slate. Who's your favorite team, baby? Is your team going to make it in? Who are you supporting? What's your best player? Are you excited for this year's? And I know that transfer portal, boy, a lot of us hate that too. But these guys are also making a lot of money before they even get drafted. And for many of them, they might not even make it in the NBA and still come out possibly being a millionaire or multimillionaire leaving college. That can possibly set them up for life. But boy, I wish that was around during my days when I was playing back in the late 70s and early 80s. Man, talking about the schools, the choices we would have made. A lot of folks said, well, you went to the wrong schools. But for a lot of us during my time, it was about the place where I felt happiness, peace, and safety. Because there was a transition back in the 70s, when integration came open and we going to these different schools, which we were banned from before. But in today's time, it's still a joy to watch the game. There's nothing like basketball, even though, hey, I love football too. But basketball has a special place in my heart, because if it was not for basketball, I may have not gotten a college degree. I may have not gotten one of the greatest careers one could even possibly imagine. And now I get to talk to you and talk about sports and other matters, including giving my own commentary with a different flavor, baby. So how is it stacked up right now as far as the top 20 teams, as stated by Yahoo? Let's take a peek. As we can see here, Duke is ranked number 1, followed by Arizona, Michigan, Iowa State, Houston. Hey, Houston, I love some Calvin Sampson when he was at the University of Oklahoma. And no matter where that guy goes, he always elevates the program. He's a true winner. He really is. And, as far as in basketball, when it comes to high school and college, coaches makes a difference in the team. Now, of course, we know we get into the pros, the players rule, actually. But let's look at this right here. Number 6, Connecticut, followed by Florida, Purdue, Gonzaga, Illinois, Virginia ranked 11, Nebraska, Michigan State, Kansas is number 14. Then we have St. John's. Hey, they're back into the mix. Then number 16, Texas Tech. 17, Alabama. 18, North Carolina. BYU 19. And Arkansas is number 20. Leaving Kentucky. And now he's got Arkansas in the top 20, baby. Robert Wilkins, a.k.a. Basketball Tall, also your BT dispatcher, bringing you news, sports, and commentary with a different flavor. Go ahead, let me hear your thoughts. What is your best team? Just put it down in the comments section. Just state your team. You don't even have to say anything else, because we all know what it means, baby. Until next time, stay tuned and give me the thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.